You ever wake up feeling like your body just isn't listening to you anymore? Like your mind's a step behind, your legs feel heavier than they used to, and no matter how much you rest, the energy just doesn't come back. Here's something most folks never talk about. By the time a man hits 80, there's a good chance he's already lost nearly half of his muscle mass. Half. And it doesn't stop there. Mental fog, joint pain, the feeling that your best days are behind you. It creeps in slowly. Silently. Until one day, you don't feel like yourself anymore. Now, listen closely, because this part really matters. That decline. It's not just aging. It's your body calling for help. A warning sign. And most people never see it coming. But here's what no one ever tells you. It doesn't have to be that way. Not even close. Imagine this. There are men right now, in their late 70s, even 80s, who are waking up each morning with more energy, more strength, and more mental clarity than they had in their 40s. They're not lucky. They're not born different. And no, they didn't find some magic pill either. What they did find were a few powerful habits. Simple ones. Things most doctors never mention, either because they don't know, or they're too focused on handing out prescriptions, not prevention. These older men, they've tapped into something researchers are now calling superaging. And trust me, you won't hear about it on your typical health checkup. Over 90% of seniors have never been told the truth I'm about to share with you. Because the truth is, the system isn't built to keep you thriving, it's built to keep you stable, medicated, and quiet. But new research out of Stanford, and real-life lessons from the world's longest-living men in places like Okinawa and Sardinia, show us a different path. A better path. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful, science-backed keys that can help you live past 80, and not just survive, but truly thrive. Stronger. Sharper. More alive than ever. And the best part? You can start today, right where you are. Let's start with something simple. No fancy equipment. No complicated routines. Just you, your feet, and a short walk. Key number 1, fasted walking in the morning. Now before you scroll past or think, yeah, I already walk, hear me out. There's something powerful that happens when you walk first thing in the morning, before breakfast, while your body is still in a fasted state. Why? Because when you haven't eaten yet, your body isn't pulling energy from your last meal. It starts pulling from your fat stores, and more importantly, it flips a switch deep inside your cells. A switch that activates what scientists call longevity genes, the same ones found in long-living populations around the world. It boosts fat metabolism, yes. But it also improves your insulin sensitivity, sharpens your brain, and resets your internal clock, all in one shot. A study from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that seniors who walked in a fasted state reduced their risk of chronic disease by nearly 30%. That's not some small, random benefit, that's the difference between thriving into your 80s, and slowly declining without knowing why. And here's what's beautiful about it. You don't have to power walk. You don't need to sweat buckets. All it takes is 20 to 30 minutes, right after you wake up. No breakfast. Just water. Comfortable shoes. And a commitment to move your body forward, literally and figuratively. Now if you want to take it a step further, and I highly recommend you do, try walking in natural sunlight. Even on a cloudy day, that early light sends a signal to your brain that it's time to wake up, focus, and align your body clock for better sleep later on. Think of it like this. Every morning walk becomes a small investment in your future strength, balance, clarity, and independence. You're not just walking for today, you're walking for the man you want to be 10, 15, even 20 years from now. No pills. No machines. Just you and the decision to take back control, one step at a time. Let's talk about something that's probably been on your mind, whether you've said it out loud or not. Strength. Not the kind you use to lift heavy weights or run marathons. I'm talking about the kind that helps you get out of a chair without wobbling, carry your own groceries, or lift your grandkids without feeling like your back might give out. See, after age 60, your body starts losing muscle, slowly at first, then faster. It's not just about looking fit. It's about keeping your independence, your balance, and your dignity. That brings us to key number 2, micro-strength workouts. Now don't let the word workout throw you off. This isn't about grinding it out in a gym for an hour or pushing yourself until you're dripping sweat. In fact, that kind of thinking, it's part of the problem. What you really need is short, focused, strength-based movements that you can do in under 10 minutes, right at home, no gym, no machines, no pressure. And here's why it matters. Building and keeping muscle boosts your metabolism, raises your testosterone, and protects your joints and bones. Muscle is your body's insurance policy. It guards you against falls, supports your posture, and helps you recover faster from illness or injury. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that short bursts of resistance training, just a few times a week, significantly improved strength, balance, and even mood in men over 65. And get this, those men weren't lifting heavy weights or doing long routines. They were doing simple bodyweight exercises, squats, wall push-ups, resistance band pulls. No mirrors. No machines. Just their body and their will. Here's what I suggest. Start with 3 movements, 3 times a week. Do a set of bodyweight squats, even if you're holding on to a chair for support at first. Add in a few push-ups against the wall or kitchen counter. And if you have a resistance band, pull it apart slowly for a few controlled rows. That's it. It's not about how much you do, it's about how consistently you do it. Over time, you'll feel it. Your legs get steadier. Your core feels tighter. That old twinge in your lower back starts to ease off. You begin standing taller, moving easier. And something else happens too, something you might not expect. You start believing in your body again. You start trusting it. That quiet confidence, that sense of, I can still do this, it comes back. And that feeling, that's worth far more than any gym membership. So no, you don't need to go hard. You don't need to be sore the next day to know it's working. What you need is to show up for your body, even for just 10 minutes, and do it again a few days later. That's how strength is built. That's how vitality returns. Now, strength is one part of the picture. But what's happening on the inside, inside your cells, your blood vessels, your brain? That's what really tells the story of how you're aging. You ever notice how some guys hit their 70s and they still have a sharp wit, steady energy, and even a healthy spark in their love life? That's not by accident. Key number 3, polyphenol-rich foods, especially for men. Now I know that might sound a little technical, but let me break it down for you. Polyphenol are natural compounds found in certain plants. They're like the body's cleanup crew, fighting off inflammation, protecting your brain cells, and keeping your heart and hormones working the way they should. The truth is, inflammation is one of the main reasons older men start feeling stiff, tired, foggy, or just off. It creeps in slowly. In your joints, your gut, your blood vessels, and it quietly accelerates aging. But here's the good news. A growing body of research, including from places like Harvard and the European Journal of Nutrition, shows that men who consume a diet rich in polyphenol live longer, have better brain function, and yes, even higher testosterone and libido as they age. That's right. These compounds don't just help you feel better, they help you stay in the game. So where do you find them? They're in everyday foods you've probably heard of, but maybe haven't made a daily habit yet. We're talking about berries, especially blueberries and blackberries. Extra virgin olive oil, the real stuff, cold-pressed, golden, and smooth. Green tea, loaded with antioxidants that protect your brain and boost metabolism. And turmeric, that golden spice you can sprinkle into soups, eggs, or even tea. These are foods that don't just fill you, they fuel you. They help your brain stay sharp. They keep your blood vessels flexible. They lower your risk of heart disease, dementia, and even certain cancers. And they're especially powerful for men. Because polyphenols support the systems that help maintain testosterone, blood flow, and even sexual health, long after most people assume that ship has sailed. Here's a simple starting point. Take just one processed snack you'd usually have, maybe that bag of chips or packaged cookie, and swap it for a handful of mixed berries, or a small bowl of Greek yogurt with olive oil and turmeric. It's not about giving everything up. It's about adding in what gives back. One swap today. Another tomorrow. Before you know it, your body starts running cleaner, smoother, more energized. You begin to feel the difference in your joints. In your clarity. Even in your mood. And maybe most importantly, you stop feeling like aging is something that's happening to you. And start realizing that you are still in the driver's seat. Now we've talked about your body. We've talked about your muscles, your food, your movement. But here's something most people miss, even most doctors. And yet, it may be the most powerful key of all to living well beyond 80. Key number 4, a purpose-driven routine. You see, the body can only go where the mind wants to follow. And the truth is, as we age, it's easy to fall into routines that are, well, empty. Days blend together. We move slower, not just physically, but emotionally. We lose that spark, that feeling of, this matters. But let me tell you something real, something science now confirms. Having a sense of purpose, something to wake up for, something to care about, can lower your stress hormones, strengthen your immune system, and even extend your life by years. In fact, researchers who studied the world's longest living men, in places like Okinawa, Japan, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and even small towns in Italy, found a common thread. Every single one of them had a reason to get up in the morning. Some gardened. Some mentored young men in their village. Some walked to a neighbor's house just to share a story. It didn't have to be big. But it had to be real. That sense of purpose, that quiet daily mission, kept their hearts full, their minds sharp, and their lives rich, even in their 80s and 90s. Now I want to ask you, and take this seriously for a moment. What gives your days meaning? What makes you feel useful, needed, alive? Is it your faith? Your family? Is it passing on wisdom you've gathered over the years? Maybe it's something simple, like caring for a small garden, writing in a journal, or checking in on an old friend. It doesn't have to be loud. It just has to pull you forward. Here's the key. You don't find purpose by waiting for it. You create it, one small action at a time. Wake up and ask yourself, what can I offer today? Even if it's just listening. Even if it's just showing up. Then build your routine around that, not just around what you have to do, but what you're here to give. That's when everything shifts. You sleep better. You digest food better. You even heal faster. Because your body starts to recognize that life still has weight, and wonder, and meaning. And you know what else? Other people see it. They see the way you carry yourself, with quiet confidence, with direction, with something that can't quite be put into words. That's purpose. And that's one of the most powerful medicines a man can have. Now we've talked about strength, nutrition, movement, and meaning. But there's one more piece, one that's so often overlooked, yet so absolutely essential. That if you don't get this part right, everything else starts to fall apart. Key number 5, deep sleep ritual. You've probably heard people say, sleep is important. But this isn't just about getting a few hours of shut-eye. This is about restoring your brain. Repairing your body. and resetting your entire system, every single night. Here's the truth a lot of folks don't realize. Sleep isn't just rest, it's medicine. When you sleep, especially in the deeper phases, your brain actually begins to detox itself. It flushes out waste proteins that build up during the day, including ones linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. Your muscles heal. Your blood pressure stabilizes. Your heart gets a break. And your hormones, especially testosterone and growth hormone, get a chance to rebalance. But if you're not getting quality sleep, the deep, uninterrupted kind, you're missing out on the most powerful anti-aging tool nature ever gave us. The Sleep Foundation recently published findings that show seniors who consistently get deep sleep, not just long sleep, have better memory, stronger immune function, and live significantly longer. And yet, sleep issues are one of the most common struggles for older men. Maybe you toss and turn. Maybe your mind won't slow down at night. Or maybe you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't get back to sleep, no matter how tired you feel. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. But the good news is, you can fix this. Not with pills. Not with complicated routines. But with a few simple changes that reset your body's natural rhythm. Here's what works. First, commit to a screen-free hour before bed. No phones, no TV, no blue light. Just quiet. Maybe read a book. Light stretching. Soft music. This tells your brain, it's time to wind down. Second, consider a magnesium supplement, one that's gentle on the stomach. Magnesium is nature's relaxant. It helps calm the nervous system and ease muscle tension, without leaving you groggy in the morning. Third, create a wind-down ritual. It could be something as simple as a cup of herbal tea. Turning down the lights. Sitting in stillness and breathing deeply for 5 minutes. The point isn't perfection, it's consistency. Send the same signal to your body every night, we're safe. We're slowing down. It's time to rest. And here's something powerful to remember. Deep sleep is the time when your body says, let me take care of you now. You've carried the weight all day, the thoughts, the movement, the responsibility. But when you sleep, your body goes to work healing itself. Quietly. Gently. Faithfully. And when you wake up, truly rested, something shifts. You don't just feel less tired. You feel stronger. Clearer. More, you. So if you've been running on low sleep for years, if you've accepted that feeling foggy or drained is just part of getting older, let me tell you, it doesn't have to be. A better night's sleep can change everything. And the best part? It starts tonight. So let's bring it all together now. Because I know we've covered a lot. But sometimes, the most powerful changes begin with the simplest first steps. If you truly want to stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your 80s, and even beyond, you don't need to overhaul your whole life overnight. You just need to commit to one thing today. That's it. One habit. One choice. One key. Maybe it's starting your day with a short fasted walk, no food, no stress, just movement and morning light. A simple ritual that wakes up your body, burns fat, and clears your mind before the world even catches up. Or maybe it's building a micro-strength routine, no gym, no pressure, just you, your body, and a few smart movements to rebuild muscle and protect your bones. Or perhaps, it's deciding that tonight, for the first time in a long time, you'll take your sleep seriously. You'll shut off the screens. Breathe deeply. Let go. And let your body heal the way it was designed to. Whichever one speaks to you most, just start there. Because here's what I want you to hear, louder than anything else. Small habits, done consistently, create powerful change. Not overnight. But over time, they shape who you become. These 5 hidden keys, they're not quick fixes. They're tools. Tools that, when used with care and consistency, can help you reclaim your energy, your clarity, your strength, and your independence. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't get stuck thinking you have to do it all at once. Just pick one habit. Today. Right now. And begin. Your future self, 5 years, 10 years from now, will thank you for it. Now I want to hear from you. Really think about it for a moment. Of all the habits we talked about today, which one surprised you the most? Was it the idea that something as simple as fasted walking could unlock fat burning and protect your brain? Or that just 10 minutes of micro-strength work could turn the tide on muscle loss? Maybe it was the power of purpose, how doing something that matters each day can literally add years to your life. Or maybe, just maybe, it was realizing that deep, restorative sleep isn't just a luxury, but a lifeline. And here's another question, one I'd love for you to reflect on. Do you know someone over 80 who's defying their age? Still active. Still laughing. Still sharp. What do you think keeps them going? Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us about them. Tell us about you. And while you're at it, let us know where you're watching from. We've got people from all over the world joining this little corner of the internet. And it's beautiful to see this community of thriving seniors growing stronger together. Because this is what Thriving Age Tip is all about. It's not just about hacks and health advice. It's about giving you back the freedom, the confidence, and the joy that aging is supposed to bring. So if this video spoke to you, if even one thing sparked a new thought, a new commitment, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, not for the algorithm, but to let others know that this message matters. Subscribe if you haven't already, because every week, we're bringing you real, science-backed strategies designed just for seniors who want to live stronger, longer, and with more joy. And don't forget to tap that little bell, so you never miss a moment of what could be the most important years of your life. Because aging isn't about slowing down. It's about leveling up, with wisdom, with grace, and with the power to thrive. This is Thriving Age Tip. And your best years? They're not behind you. They're still unfolding.